Hello, friends. So in this video today, I'm going to talk about why Messenger feels so hard for so many people. And I'm going to show you a simple way to invite people that actually creates more yeses without feeling pushy or weird. If you want a copy of the 14 top DM scripts that we use to create ease and flow in Messenger, then just drop DM scripts below and we'll get you a copy of that. The reason why I want to talk about this today is actually because one of my clients said something in coaching last week and it kind of made me laugh. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is something we need to talk about because she's for sure not alone. So she said, she was asking me how to respond to someone in Messenger about a particular situation. She was like, Karen, I promise I know how to talk to people. But what do I say in this situation? She's like, it's just like when I go to message people, I forget how to have good communication skills. And if you can relate to that, just drop below Messenger, because Messenger can be just a big kind of mind-blowing situation for many of us. And it made me think through why, because these are actually the same kinds of questions that I come to our coach with. I ask her questions about what to do in specific situations in Messenger. And it's like once we go to message people in Messenger, we forget how to be human. Messenger can really mess with our confidence in a couple of different ways. For some people, it creates what I would call false confidence. And I think that we've all been on the receiving end of someone who sends us a message and they have false confidence. And what that looks like is they use Messenger as a delivery system. And I would think about that like you go to your mailbox, there's a mailer in the mailbox and it's inviting you to an event, and there's all of these details and link to go get more information, and that's fine for your mailbox. But they use our Messenger like a mailbox. And what that feels like on the receiving end, and we've all received these messages, is like, oh my gosh, this person is spamming me with links and all of this information, a big long thing. I don't even know who this is. And so I would say for folks that do that, Messenger is giving them false confidence. They've really forgotten that there's a human on the other side. And they would never just run up to someone in the grocery store and start, bombarding them with all kinds of information. And then for a lot of other people, Messenger does the opposite. It takes away all of the confidence. And in their mind, they're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to bother the person on the other end of the message. I don't want to sound salesy. They start to really overthink the things that they're going to say. They're worried about being ignored. And so they end up doing the opposite of the person with the false confidence, and they do nothing. They don't send anything at all. So it's different behavior, same problem, right? They've forgotten that there's a human on the other side. And so if you can relate to that and you're like, I think most people watching this probably are the second person where they say nothing at all. So if you can relate to that, just say nothing and let me know that. And so what we want to think about with Messenger is it's not a delivery system. It's actually a conversation. And if we approach it in that way, everything changes. And we're just talking to a human on the other side of our message. Now, if we want to create a business making solid full-time income, then we have to learn to talk to people, and we also have to be able to nurture them and invite them to our events. So for us this year, last year we hit over 400,000 in our business. This year we want to hit $500,000. And so what that requires of us is talking to a lot of people and inviting a lot of people to our events. And so before I get into the exact words that we say that work really well to invite people to events, I want to just walk you through the mindset that I have when I send out an invitation. So the mindset that I have when I send out an invitation is that, wow, this is actually a gift to someone. It's a gift for me to extend an invitation to our group because it's so valuable, our free group, or to one of our freebies because we provide a lot of value in our freebies, or to our event because our free challenges and workshops that we run, they are so valuable. And so I want to give the person on the other end the opportunity to say yes or no. I'm not going to spam them with links. I'm not going to drop tons of information, but I am going to present them with the opportunity, this gift of, hey, this is a really cool thing. I think it could be valuable for you. And would you like to come? And so when we're going to invite someone to something, having this mindset of this is a gift and we feel really excited because we're going to provide value, that's really important. And it changes the way that we approach people. So if you want to have that mindset of this is a gift, just put gift below. That's a huge aha moment for a lot of people. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here and I'm going to walk you through invitation that you can send in Messenger to invite someone to attend your event. Now, of course, you'll see there's 14 DM scripts on this freebie. And again, if you didn't type DM scripts below, go ahead and do that and we'll get this over to you because there's lots of DMs in here and it's going to help you with what to say to new friends, inviting people to join your group. And those are all things that typically come before inviting someone to our event. Okay, but what we do is we send out tons and tons of messages and we send these to people in our group, in our free group, because once someone joins our free group, they have actually raised their hand and said, yes, I want what you have. And now they're a lead. So you're in our free group. You're watching this right now. You're going to get invitations to our things because you've indicated that you're interested in what we have, right? And so the message that we send to our freebies or to our events would just be, friend, I hope you're having a great day. Since you're in our Words That Work group, or you can say, since we're connected, I want to make sure you know about, and then I just tell them what event it is. So right now we have coming up in February, our social media engagement challenge. So I'll say, I want to make sure you know about the social media engagement challenge that we're hosting. And that helps with, and here I'm going to put the thing it helps with, which is creating more engagement and connection, without being spammy. Would it be helpful if I dropped the details here? And so this is the structure. Now I'll change this up a little bit from time to time. And as you get really good at your messages, you're going to make these your own, but this is going to give a really good starting point. So when we send this invitation, what this does is a couple of things. It reminds people, hey, you're in our group, right? And then we're letting them know that we just want to let them know about this valuable thing that we have coming up and what it's going to help with. But the kicker is we're not dropping a link with details. We're not assuming that people want to know about the thing that we have. What we're doing instead is we're going to ask permission to share the link. So this, would it be helpful if I drop details here? This is the thing that keeps our messages from being spammy and assumptive. And most people are going to say, yeah, go ahead and drop the details here, right? And then we'll just say, okay, great, here's the link. I hope that you can join. Let me know once you register. And then now we can follow up with that person and make sure that they register. Some people might message back and say, hey, that doesn't fit into my schedule, or that's not actually, I'm not working on social media. I don't want to come. And that's okay too. But we want to give them the opportunity to decide if they want to attend our event. And so this would it be helpful line is so important. And so, I send messages to as many people in our group as I can. So our social media engagement challenge is coming up the week of February 9th. Right now, I'm messaging probably 50 or 60 people a day in our group, inviting them to attend the event. People thank me for that. They're excited to know about it. And this is how we fill our challenges. Now, obviously, we've been running our business since 2016, so we have a lot of other things working in the background. We have email marketing, we have some ads running, we have different things like that. But this is the main way. I would say sending messages is one of the main ways that we fill up our challenges. And we usually have 120 to 150 people register. And so the other point I want to make about that is I'm sending out, 350, 400 messages. We have about probably 120 to 150 people register for our stuff. So a lot of people are saying no or they're not doing it. And that is okay, right? I'm not feeling bad about that. When I send messages out, I expect that the majority of people that I message aren't going to do anything. They're not going to register, they're not going to take action. But my job is to offer, and their job is to decide. And so I hope that that's really helpful for you, just in understanding, first of all, that if you feel a little like, what do I say on Messenger? You're not alone. This is so common. And secondly, that the point is our invitations are gifts. When we create valuable things, these are free events. They're high value things that we're doing, and they're gifts to the person on the receiving end. And third, the words matter, right? And so there is a way of approaching people that helps them to feel really good and valued. And I hope you'll take this language. If you're going to send out some invitations and use this, let me know. Just say invitations, and that's it. And then you guys can take a look at the rest of the scripts. And I think that those will be incredibly helpful. And just remember, scripts are a starting point. They're not the end all be all. Once you get good at these things and understand the structures, you can, of course, make them your own. So it's not robotic. Okay, so that's that. I hope that was helpful for you today. And then, as I mentioned, we do have our social media engagement challenge coming up. If that's something that, if you want to get better at social media, and social media posting is really a way of creating engagement, so we can start messenger conversations with people. If you want to get better at that and you want to have more engagement, know what to post, we'll dive into Messenger too. We would love for you to join us. Just type challenge below and we'll make sure to connect with you and get you the details. I hope that you have a great day today, and we'll see you soon.